First and foremost, I didn't say when earlier, but Sat Sri Akal. Sat Sri Akal for us means God is truth. It is what we say when we greet and when we say goodbye. Another fundamental principle of Sikhi is this concept of Ekunkar, meaning one God, one creator that created all. So if you put these two principles together, God is truth, we are one. You can fundamentally come up with the truth that we are one. It was this truth that was tested on August 5th, 2012, when a white supremacist gunman walked into the Sikh temple, Wisconsin, and murdered 6 people, left another man in a vegetative state, and shot a police officer 15 times before he took his own life. Now, I can go and tell you a lot of things about that day, and a lot of stories, and a lot of things that happened. But what I want to tell you and what comes to mind right now is the power of prayer and the purpose of prayer. That day, we felt at our most vulnerable. Our community felt helpless, hopeless. We were searching for answers that people were not able to provide us at the time. In our desperation, in my desperation, across the street from the temple, we had made our command post downstairs in the bowling alley. I saw this little child. And in her face, I saw this empty stare, like she had seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. So I walked up to her, and in my desperation, I asked her, what happened inside there? And she tells me, as soon as the shooting started, me, my brother, and my mother went to go finding hiding spots. We ran into the basement. We hid down there until the shooting ceased. Then we waited and we waited. And then after a half an hour, we came out. I said, why did you come out of your hiding spot? She says, because I wanted to find my father. I couldn't find my father. So she says that she goes upstairs, she looks around, she sees bodies laying here, bodies laying over there, some of them in their own pools of blood, until she finally sees her father. He's lying in a hallway doorway, and she says that she goes and starts to shake him. Daddy, wake up. Daddy, wake up. But Dad didn't respond. And when she looked down at her dad and looked at his face, she saw that one eye was missing, and there was blood trickling out of this eye. I didn't tell her, but I knew that her dad was no longer. And in my selfishness, I said to her, did you see my father? And she says, yes. He was in that same room that my dad was in. Did he say anything to you? Was he breathing? Was he alive? He was alive. He was breathing, but barely. And he told me to go find a hiding spot until we knew that it was safe. What was he saying? He was saying this word over and over and over again. This word, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. And then when she went to go find that hiding spot, she hid in the bathroom until she heard him no more. Before anybody could tell me, I knew that my father was no longer. And then I started to think to myself, at least he died in the place that he helped build. He died for the community that he helped build. He died crying out to God this prayer The prayer means taking from lightness to dark, taking from darkness to light. And I said to myself, good. He prayed for himself. Then I thought about the rest of the victims, and I assumed that they probably said the same word, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. And I was at peace, thinking to myself, they died in the place of prayer, calling to God to come get them. And then I thought of something. And I thought of who they were and what they represented. They were Sikhs. They were immigrants. They had come here for a better life. They were some of the most selfless people that we have ever met. And then I knew what they were praying for. These prayers were not for self. These prayers were for you. These prayers are yours to answer. Nothing ever happens by happenstance. There is a purpose for everything in life. And the purpose of those prayers was for that one day I can be up here speaking to you, asking you to not leave with just those messages, to not just leave with this inspiration in your heart, but take this inspiration with you back to the communities you belong to. Sow seeds of love in everyone that you see. Whether they show it back to you or not, be courageous. Be courageous. The last thing I'm going to say, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the first guru that we had, once he realized the truth, once he understood the truth, in his desperation, 500 years ago, on his 2 feet, he walked from India to Sri Lanka, from Sri Lanka to Afghanistan, from Afghanistan to Pakistan, Pakistan to Iraq, to Iran, to Tibet, to China. Please do not stop at praying for purpose, but work for purpose, walk for purpose. And I just want to leave you guys with a sense of prayer that my brother Rahul is going to tell you.
Thank you, everyone. It's reminiscent of all those memories when Pardeep said that. It was a flashback for us. August 2012 came back into our mind when I lost my godfather, Pardeep's dad. He always used to say, read Bani from the book, from the 11th Guru, which is a live Guru, Guru Granth Sahib. Read Bani because that is going to teach you to a better person. Before you are born, you are in mother's womb. Your mom is your best messenger of God. When you get born, you don't have any faith. What you are a human being. We practice faith. I was born in a Hindu family. My godparents were Sikh. Now I'm a practicing Sikh. But what I do is read Bani. Nanak said, Nanak naam chardi kala, tere pane sarbat da phala. That means God is the higher power. Whatever he does, we are always in his will. We will rise from the ashes. It's chardi kala, which means tragedy to triumph. From past 3 years, we have been working on that path to put tragedy at the back door and put triumph in the front. I want you to hold everyone's hand when we go here and speak with me these 3 lines. We want to make a difference. We are change makers. We are peace warriors. Thank you. For my Sikh brothers, Bole Sonihal, Sat Shri Akal.